Hi guys, and welcome back to the FPL Duo. This is the live reaction Q&A for Match Day 1. We're going to react to Match Day 1. We're also going to look ahead to Match Day 2 very quickly as well. But yeah, welcome to the stream, everyone. And yeah, how you doing, Jordan?
Yeah, good. It's been a very eventful match day 1 for the World Cup. But yeah, we've come to the end of it. So we shall see how we've both done.
Yeah, should be a good stream. We're going to talk about, how we've done so far in Match Day 1, because there's a lot of interesting games. I did enjoy Match Day 1. Just finished watching Brazil and Serbia, which was a very good game as well, I thought. Yeah, so let's discuss and bring up our teams. So, as you guys can see by the screen, I am currently on 53 points. So, yeah, let's bring it up. I had Rocher in goal. Uruguay goal. He did get a clean sheet with the 0-0. It was a pretty boring game. I mean, there wasn't many chances either way, really. So yeah, Rocher 6 points. I'm happy about that. Back three, I had Dumfries, who kept a clean sheet as well in the opening game for Netherlands. So he gets me 6 points. Mela also getting me the 6 points with the clean sheet. And it would have been clean sheets all round. Obviously, England did concede to Iran. So Trippier only gets me the 1 point. Moving on to the midfield, where it's quite bad. No one really getting me anything there. Bergwijn with a blank. Sarabia didn't play. Also, I was going to ask you, Jordan, would I get an auto sub for Sarabia?
Yes.
I should do, shouldn't I?
Yeah, Sarabia should come off, and then I think first in your team was Trippier.
The Paul, didn't he come on?
Or was the Paul, yeah, as he's your first bench option.
Yeah. Okay, so DePaul should probably come on for me for Sarabia, but we'll see. Sorry, not DePaul. DePaul's playing. I was on the bench as well.
My bad.
Olsen as well. Another blank for him. For Denmark, they didn't score. And yeah, all in all, the midfield wasn't great. No returns there. Moving up top, I did have a lot more success there. Obviously, Messi did score the penalty against Saudi Arabia in their 2-1 loss. He was my captain, so it gets me 12 points. Harry Kane got the assist for one of the goals for Sterling's goal, I think. So 7 points for the assist. Mbappe also, he scored, didn't he? And yeah, 9 points for Mbappe. Neymar, on the other hand, only got me 1 point. He did get subbed off due to an injury, I believe, as well in the 80th minute or so, and he only gets me 1 point. So that is the team, guys. 53 points, I believe. I'm just going to check with the fantasy website to double check my bench if it's all gone through. So yeah, match day 2 is actually 52 points I'm on. Apparently. But I think the 53 points is with the sub, isn't it?
Oh no, it's with Neymar. It hasn't updated since Brazil game. So that 1 point will be from Neymar to make it 53. I think the website is atrocious.
Yeah, I may get 54 points then, because obviously on the bench I've got DePaul, Trippier, and Sosa. Yeah, I'm just seeing who else. Sarabia. Is there someone that you haven't included? Because you've put DePaul twice.
I know, I was confused with the website as to what was a reference to that, because DePaul was on your team, but then I thought Trippier should be on.
Di Maria. Di Maria's missing.
Yeah, that's the one. Di Maria.
Di Maria is in my team. He got me 1 point as well. So just pretend DePaul's Di Maria.
Yeah.
DePaul will be coming in for me though, as an auto sub, and Sarabia will go on the bench. So that means 54 points probably. Hopefully my overall rank currently as well, guys, is showing as 131k as well, on the website. So that is currently where I'm at 53 points, 54 hopefully with the DePaul auto sub, and that means my rank is also around 131k. But yeah, strange website, really, it truly is. But yeah, let's bring up your team anyway. Just talk us through how you've done.
Okay, so I had a total of 60 points in this matchday 1 fixture. So we start with the goalkeeper, who was Allison, who did play a few moments ago against Serbia. And obviously Brazil won 2-0. I think that was a comfortable win for Brazil, and a nice clean sheet for Allison, getting the 6 points. So all in all, it was a very good pick for in terms of the goalkeeper. And yeah, I'm happy with the 6-point return from Allison. Moving on to the back four, we have a few clean sheets, starting with Van Dijk. Got a nice 6-pointer. A bit underwhelming for the Netherlands in that game, if I'm honest. I was expecting a bit more enthusiasm from them, but it was quite lacking in terms of performance from both opposition teams. But Van Dijk does get the clean sheet. I think he had actually the best opportunity to score in that game as well from a corner, which he headed the ball, but it went over the post and was a near miss. But it's a nice 6-pointer for Van Dijk nonetheless. We got, I'm not sure how to pronounce this player's name.
Mailer.
Yeah. Yeah. We've got Mailer, who got 6 points again. Another nil. Well, that was a 0-0 for Denmark. Again, not really much happened in that game, but yeah, he did get the clean sheet. At the end, he got 6 points as well. Moving on, we've got Cancelo. Portugal did play tonight, and they won 3-2. Could have been a completely different result if that Ghana player didn't fall over. It would have been 3-3. But yeah, Cancelo got 1 point. Obviously, he got a point taken off for goals conceded, and he was left with 1 remaining point for match time played. Finally, we got Sosa, who I did substitute on for Croatia. I believe Sosa plays for. And yeah, again, Croatia, nothing really much happened. A 0-0 in their game too. So it was another clean sheet from Croatia, but also a 0-0. So yeah, overall defensively, 3 clean sheets out of 4 is not too bad for a result. Moving on to the midfield, we got Bergwijn, who got 2 points. He did get substituted off later on in the second half. Yeah, it was just not much going on in that Netherlands team. It was quite boring to watch them. Nothing really happened in that game. It was mostly congested in the middle, poor passes, many interceptions between two teams. Despite them winning 2-0, near the end they scored 2 late goals. Other than that, it wasn't really much in that game at all. Moving on, we have Di Maria. As we all know, this is probably the shock of matchday 1, where Argentina was against Saudi Arabia and they did lose 2-1. And leading to that, Di Maria only got 1 point and nothing else from that game either. We all expected much more from that game from Argentina, but it was a shock to see Saudi Arabia, who did play really well against them and deservedly won that game. Finally, we got Fernandes, the Portuguese midfielder, and he contributed to 2 assists in the lead up to Portugal's 2 goals, scored by João Felix, and I can't remember the other guy's name, but he did assist both of those goals, so he got 6 points from there. He did pick up a yellow card though, and he got taken a point off of him, so he could have had 7 points, but because of that yellow card, it's a -1, so he's left with 6 points. Very good result from Fernandes. Really looked forward to watching how he played in the Portuguese team, as he is a quality player, as he's played for Man United as well. But yeah, it was a nice result for Fernandes getting the 6 points. Moving on to the forwards. So yeah, obviously Neymar, he did sustain an injury, had to come off later on in the second half of the game and only got 1 point. Um, Bit of a surprise result from that, despite Brazil winning 2-0, which all came from a Charlison. But yeah, it was. We all thought Neymar was gonna score a goal against Serbia, but it wasn't to be, and obviously injury problems for him. Next, we got Messi, who did score a penalty in the match against Saudi Arabia in within 10 minutes. But he only scored one goal and he got 6 points from that game. So, despite them losing, Messi still returned a goal from that game. I just want to mention I also did captain Messi, but I did swap the captaincy over to Ronaldo before the Portugal match, just in case people are wondering why the captaincy ban has been switched. Which leads on to the next forward, which is Ronaldo, who would say scored a controversial goal. Some would say that it wasn't a penalty, but in a way, he kind of got taken a goal away from him from a challenge from one of the Ghanaian players in the penalty box, which was ruled out to be a penalty. So I guess that balances it all out in terms of that. But he did get 12 points because I did captain him over Messi. It didn't really matter much because both Messi and Ronaldo did score only one goal each. But I guess less selection for Ronaldo is a bit more better, I guess. And finally, for my 12th man, I did use the booster on Harry Kane, who did get 7 points. Surprising that he didn't score despite England winning 6-2 in that game, but he did pick up 2 assists in that game, so it did sort of make up for it, better than him blanking on the booster. But yeah, a nice return from Harry Kane in that match against Iran. And I'll just briefly go through my team bench. So Ward obviously didn't play in that game, as Hennessy was the main goalkeeper in that Wales game. Next, we've got Trippier, who got 1 point. Obviously, England did concede 2 goals, so Trippier got 1 point taken away from him. So that left him with 1 point for match time and no clean sheet for him. Next, we've got the midfielder, Al Malki, who got the yellow card in that game, which led to him having 0 points, as I think he was substituted off during that game as well. So, yeah, he was left with 0 points at the end of that. And finally, we got the midfielder, De Paul from Argentina, who he didn't get 6 points. He got 1 point. So I imagine that 6 is 1. So yeah, pretty much on the bench, there was only 2 points on there. So that was a nice result. And the total from that is 60 points. Unfortunately, I can't retrieve my rank due to the website not updating my rank. It's still considering me below 100k, which I don't believe is true. So yeah, I'll probably check after I finish my team and check and see if the rank has updated for me. But yeah, that is how I've done in match day 1.
Okay, yeah. Well, my rank's showing up as 131k, but that was before the Brazil game, so I don't know if the website has fully updated yet. So let us know, guys, has the website updated? I've got comment here. Thoughts on my new wildcard team: Noppert, Trippier, Sabali, Dumfries, Hernandez, Saka, Di Maria, Bergwijn, Lewandowski, Messi, Mbappe. Yeah, I mean that looks pretty good. You've got Paqueta on the bench as well. Yeah, I like the team. We are going to talk about game week, match day 2 in a sec. Rafael Leao scored Portugal last goal. Yep.
Oh, thank you. That was the person I did not remember who scored.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, this one was on 58 points and under 10k with KDB, Neymar, Cancelo, and Costa to go, which is brutal with how things ended. Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
hopefully you still got a decent rank at the end of it. 58 points isn't bad, with those players still to play. Let us know how you finished. Obviously, the website seems like it's got a lot of bugs, doesn't it?
Yeah, absolutely. It's completely confused me in terms of when I was making the graphics as to what the points were for players. as you
Yeah.
as you can see, the pool did not have 6; he had 1.
Mm,
But because of these bugs and whatnot, these points are not showing us what they are actually are.
yeah. All right, we're gonna quickly discuss obviously match day 2. Is there any way you can get the fixtures up, Jordan,
Um,
for the match day 2 fixtures? Because I'm trying to bring it up on the website. Actually, I could bring it up here. I'll do it. I'll share. I want to show you guys the fixtures quickly. Hopefully, you can see that. So that is my team currently. Obviously, I'm gonna play my wild card. So yeah, forget the team, guys. That will be changed. Because I will be doing my team again for before midnight. Is it? No, I'm sorry.
yeah,
That's when you could change, but now it seems like you can change the team now. The app's letting us. It lets
yeah,
us do it.
that's a relief.
So yeah, just looking at the fixtures for match day 2: Iran v Wales, Senegal v Qatar, Ecuador v Netherlands, USA against England, Australia and Tunisia, Saudi Arabia, Poland, Denmark play France, Mexico play Argentina, Croatia have Japan, Morocco v Belgium, Canada v Croatia, Germany v Spain, Serbia v Cameroon, Ghana v South Korea, and then Switzerland against Brazil, and then finally Uruguay against Portugal. So quite a few interesting games, I would say, in these in match day 2. I like the look of obviously England and USA is going to be a one we're going to be watching. Netherlands. So let's quickly break down players we should be targeting for each fixture. Would you be targeting Iran Wales players? I probably wouldn't have any on a wild card if I'm being honest. Maybe
Um,
unless you have different opinions.
um, no, not particularly. I don't think, with terms of Wales, there isn't really any assets apart from Bale, but
Yeah.
he's a forward.
Senegal Qatar is an interesting one because you could bring in a Senegal defender, maybe 2 Senegal defenders if you think they're going to keep a clean sheet against Qatar. So that's one fixture. Most definitely, you can look to target potentially in defense to get those clean sheets because Qatar don't look great going forward. So that is one to watch out on Senegal defenders. Ecuador, Netherlands. I mean, Ecuador won their opening game. Netherlands won their opening game as well, didn't they? So,
Yeah,
um, yeah, this is the one of the a lot of us have Bergwijn, Dumfries, Van Dijk. Ecuador, we saw Enner Valencia getting 2 goals on the opening day against Qatar. Could be one we look at as well. Interesting game with the way we target a few players.
yeah.
What do you
Uh,
reckon?
I'm not too sure because from Netherlands' point of view, they weren't that great in any type of position. Like the only exciting part of that match was the last few minutes of that game where they scored
Mm,
the 2 goals, but
yeah,
the rest of it was just not exciting at all. And
yeah.
I
No,
think
I
Ecuador,
agree.
yeah,
Yeah, I think Netherlands weren't great. Obviously, they got the last minute winner pretty much late on, Gakpo with the header from a De Jong assist. I'm not keen on the Netherlands attack, even though I'll probably have Bergwijn in my team because of the price. But yeah, that's my thoughts on that one. Maybe Bergwijn, maybe Gakpo. I think Gakpo ahead of Bergwijn. I'd probably go there instead. USA also play against England. That is tomorrow. Come around very quick, hasn't it? Match day
yeah,
2. It was flying by, seems. Um,
yeah.
England USA. What's your thoughts anyway, Jordan, for England USA? Do you think England can go out there again, put in another big performance, and maybe put a few goals past the USA team?
Oh, absolutely. No doubt that England can. I mean, USA haven't been great. I mean, the
They
match
played
they
great
played,
though against Wales. Was it Wales?
yeah,
They
that's
started
what
off
I
quite
was.
well.
Yeah, that's the mad thing is that's probably USA's best game they've had in ages. That's the best they've ever played, and it was a bit of a surprise to see them playing that well against Wales. I'm not sure if they can sustain that against England, the way England scored to Iran.
Yeah,
But I do expect it to be a more tougher fixture to, in comparison to Iran. So I still think England can win that game
Mm.
by a few goals, like 3 or 4. Still,
Ooh, I mean, I think USA will score. I don't foresee an England clean
yeah,
sheet. I think USA will probably get a goal, but I still, I expect England to get the job done. Maybe 3-1, something like that. I
yeah,
do think USA will give them a tougher test in Iran, but we'll wait and see. But Trippier, Luke Shaw, you probably want one of those in your team for on the wild card if you are wild carding. Um, maybe Saka is going to be popular on a wild card pick. Rumors are Southgate is going to play the exact same team that played Iran. So there's no changes, apparently, according to the rumors. So you could take a punt on Sterling if you don't want to go Saka. You could go Harry Kane. You could, Mason Mount, Bellingham as well. Bellingham's probably going to start again. So he could be a good shout. Interesting players you could go for in that team. And definitely I'd be looking to have at least 1 or 2 England players in there because I think England, they're looking quite good. Obviously, still early days and you don't want to get too carried away, but England looking quite good, I'd say.
yeah.
Moving on as well to Australia, Tunisia. We probably could not go over this fixture too long because
No,
it's not really a fixture we'll be targeting any players from for FPL. Sorry,
no.
FPL for Fantasy World Cup. I keep saying FPL. Yeah, that's a game that we're probably not going to. We'll probably watch it, but won't be keen on any of their players for match day 2. Saudi Poland. Are you excited for this game in terms of fantasy players? We know what Saudi Arabia did, beating Argentina and a massive. Did you know? For those that obviously maybe didn't see the news, Saudi Arabia beating Argentina has now become a national holiday in their country,
I did hear about this.
which is crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's literally like them winning the World Cup and beating Argentina.
yeah, it's a big deal down there. So, but do you see Saudi Arabia keeping this up potentially, or do you think they're just a flash in a pan, or do you think they can cause Poland problems? Obviously, Lewandowski missing a penalty. Are
Mm.
you keen on any side going into this thing, match day 2?
Not particularly. It's kind of an unpredictable fixture, I think, because from both sides there was a bit of a mixture. We saw Poland that the only real thing they had was a penalty that Lewandowski had but missed. But on the other hand, Saudi Arabia, in some way, even though they played well, if those 3 goals which were offside for Argentina were counted, I think that's a different story in terms of
Hmm.
the result of that fixture. But I do expect Saudi Arabia to score against Poland. I would never doubt that. But I don't think Saudi will win the game. I think Poland still will. It just depends on how the game goes because I think it will be like a 1-1 or maybe a 2-1 sort of game. It'll be pretty tight, I think.
Yeah, I'm not too keen on Poland. When I was watching them play, they didn't look great. If I'm being honest, Saudi, I wouldn't put it past Saudi, to actually get a win somehow again, and which would put them in a brilliant position to actually qualify for the whole thing. Which would be
Yeah.
a big shock because I don't think no one saw this coming. But we'll see. I wouldn't be surprised if Saudi got something against Poland, even a win. But yeah, I don't know if we'll be targeting players from those teams. If we're being honest, France, Denmark, maybe another interesting
Oh,
game. A lot of people,
yeah.
Denmark went into this tournament as a lot of people were kind of confident. A lot of us have double Denmark, Eriksson, Skov Olsen, um, etc. Even Mailer, who's got France next. What are your thoughts on Denmark, obviously, and France? Because France have looked pretty good. We know Mbappe, Giroud scored 2 goals. Do you see a comfortable France win again, or do you think Denmark can have something for them in terms of shutting them out or anything?
It's going to be hard to break down Denmark's defence. I think that's the strongest part of their team is obviously the defence. They kept a clean sheet match day 1,
Who did they
but they
play? I
didn't
just
make.
forgot who they played again.
I think it was
Someone put us.
Croatia
I think it was Tunisia, wasn't it?
or maybe Tunisia.
Someone let us know in the chat. I'm just check now. Actually, forgot who they played. Since there's this many games. Sorry, yeah, Tunisia. I was correct.
Ah,
They drew
Tunisia.
0-0 to Tunisia, and Tunisia aren't the best team, by the way, in my opinion. So
No, that's what I think. I think defensively Denmark that's probably the strongest part in the team, but scoring is
mm,
not the strongest, I say, asset. as we saw match day one. On the other hand, you got France, which won 4-1 against Australia, which you could say Australia is like Tunisia, a team which is not the hardest to beat, but it's still hard to break down a bit. I feel like France have a more upper hand in terms of their attack over Denmark,
Yeah.
whereas maybe defensively France don't. But I see France scoring more than Denmark will against each other.
Yeah, I'm quite confident for France in this game. I think France could put 2-3 past Denmark. I wouldn't be surprised. I know people have spoke about the defense, but I think playing Tunisia is one thing, playing France is another beast. And I think France are looking quite good. And I I'm I would be now I want Giroud in my team, for example, and I think Giroud could have a good game against Denmark with Mbappe. We know what they could do. Usman Dembele as well, looking quite good on that right side for France as well. So maybe Usman Dembele, Rabiot as well, getting involved with the goals could be a good option. Um, but yeah, moving on to Mexico Argentina. This is a big game because we need, Messi and Argentina need to bounce back and get a win, and if they don't, they could be in trouble. But do we see the position of Argentina bouncing back straight away against Mexico and getting the win after their disappointing start against Saudi?
Oh yeah, definitely. I won't doubt Argentina to get that win. I just think in that first match day one fixture, it was just unfortunate for Argentina, as well as mixture of bad performance too from certain players. But statistically, in that first game that Argentina had, they had I think over 10 offsides in their game, and three of them were goal opportunities. So I felt like as long as Argentina can work on keeping on the side, they should be fine against Mexico. They could probably put a few past them. They are a kind of team that are average. I wouldn't
Because
say they're terrible.
Mexico did draw, didn't they? Or to Poland, it was a 0-0. Obviously, Lewandowski missed the penalty, and
Yeah.
I didn't watch too much of that game. But yeah, we expect Argentina to come back, Di Maria, Messi, etc., and get the win against Mexico because it's a big one. That they need to have a big performance. So yeah, we'll probably have at least a couple of Argentina players, Messi and Di Maria, to come to mind for the wild card. Moving on to Japan, Croatia. Now Japan are been a big surprise, beating Germany 2-1. Big performance.
Yeah.
And yeah, what do you make of that game? Are you going to be targeting any Japan players?
I didn't watch the game where they won 2-1 at the time because I wasn't available to watch it. But from watching the match day previews from Japan's two goals, they really played. They played really well. I don't doubt there being no goals from Japan in that. Maybe even a win. The way
Yeah,
they were playing.
yeah. I mean, Costa Rica just shipped off 7 goals, was it, to
Yeah,
Spain?
yeah, absolutely. I feel like maybe a Japan forward that scored the two goals. I'm not sure of his name, but that player definitely one to look out for in this Costa Rica fixture.
Mm.
Be a massive differential because no one would really select. I don't think
I like
Japan.
Mitoma. The player plays for Brighton. Good little player. So one to watch, I guess. But yeah, I mean, I know we probably won't be targeting Japan players, but they are looking quite good. And I like the Asian teams so far have actually done very well. You see with Japan and even Korea getting a draw against Uruguay, Saudi as well. Obviously, the Asian teams looking quite good. It's nice to see. Moving on to Morocco against Belgium. Morocco were actually another team that got another 0-0, didn't they?
Yeah, another
And
0-0.
Belgium did win 1-0, I believe,
1-0.
with Batshuayi getting the goal. What do you make of Belgium Morocco as a game? Would you be getting any? I don't think we will be having any players in that game. Maybe De Bruyne.
Even De Bruyne at the price of 11 million is so much money and not really providing much in that game in the match day
Mm,
one either. It was just not great for Belgium, if I'm honest. Another team that's just been a shock. Like, not much action, not much threat in the game. So, no, I'll probably not target any Belgian players.
fair enough.
Maybe a defender for Belgium, but that's about it, I think.
Yeah, I'm not so sure if I will end up going with De Bruyne. I was thinking to have De Bruyne on my team, going into match day 2, but looking at it, I mean, the fixture looks quite good, Morocco, but Morocco's defense isn't even that bad, keeping a clean sheet in the last game. And I'm not sure if I'm not as bullish on De Bruyne, if I'm honest, especially the way they played yesterday. Was it yesterday?
Yeah,
But yeah. Moving on to Canada, Croatia, we probably won't talk about this game because we're probably not going to have any Canadian players or even Croatian players. Modric, I mean, you could go for Modric, but I don't think many people will be going there from that fixture. Unless you guys let us know in the chat, you guys think you'll be getting players from Croatia. I probably won't. Germany, Spain is an interesting one. It's definitely going to be a game I'm going to watch. I think it's going to be a good game. But will I
yeah,
be bringing in players from this game? I'm not so sure, if I'm being honest, because they play each other. I know Spain 7-0. Germany have just lost 2-1 to Japan. I don't expect a big scoring game. I think it'll be a tight game. But what do you think? What do you reckon for Germany Spain? Like I see it as a low scoring one personally.
yeah. I see it as a low score, but not as high as the 7-0 that they entered the game with in match day one. But I'll be quite happy to go in double Spain, like one
Oh,
defender and maybe one midfielder, just to give it more like a defense and an attack, a little bit of a mix and match for that
hmm,
particular game. And you never know; those it could be a clean sheet for Spain again. They look pretty good in defence, and obviously the midfield was quite rewarding in terms of chances and uh, attacks, counter attacks that Spain had. Obviously, it was an easy fixture, and I imagine Germany won't be that the same scenario. But at the same time, Japan did win against Germany, and
yeah.
no one really saw that coming. So, are we underestimating uh, Spain's sort of form over Germany's form? Because can they bounce back from their defeat or not?
Well,
I didn't
Germany
really
has
see.
to win. That's a big game for Germany. Obviously,
Yeah,
losing to Japan, they need to win this. Spain are playing well.
mm,
It's going to be a good game for them for a spectacle. But in terms
yeah,
of obviously football, fantasy football, I wouldn't mind one Spanish player. I mean, if Sane's back, that could make a difference. So Sane missed out being injured the first game. I don't know if he came on as a sub, but I know if he's back, there could be a bit of a difference for Germany. But yeah, I'm not as bullish on Germany. Even going into the tournament, I'm not so sure on them. I think Ferran Torres and etc. could be a good shout. Olmo as well as a forward for Spain. Um, you could go there, Olmo, Ferran Torres, or even Morata if he starts. But I don't think Morata's going to start. Obviously, he didn't start in the last match day one. But
yeah,
yeah, definitely one to watch out on. We'll probably go with you. Probably want at least one Spain guy in there.
yeah,
Germany, I don't think we should be completely underestimating Germany. I do think Germany um, still have quality in their team.
yeah. I mean, one Spanish player I'd probably go for is Jordi Alba, a defender for Spain, just because as a defender, he is a very attacking one as well, which I like. And he did actually get an assist from one of the goals that Spain scored in match day
Yeah.
one. So yeah, it's pretty. I'll say it's pretty good pick.
Okay, Serbia and Cameroon. Serbia just lost 2-0 to Brazil. Um, and yeah, interesting game. Would you be targeting anyone? Probably not. I don't think so.
Um, no,
Unless you was
probably not. No.
probably move on from Serbia, Cameroon, Ghana, Korea. I won't be targeting anyone from that game either. I don't think for my wild card. Um, if you want a Ghanaian player, maybe Kudos. I think that's his name, Mohammed Kudos. He looks like a decent player, but I don't know if I'd be bringing him in ahead of Korea. Korea looked quite good defensively, actually. Korea, a Korea defender, Kim Min Jae, I think how you say his name. He could be a good pick for a clean sheet against Ghana. I don't know. I mean, Ghana did score two today. I don't think Ghana were that great, to be honest. I think Portugal were just a bit strange on the goals they conceded. So, but yeah, probably no players on this. If I'm being honest, Switzerland, Brazil, Brazil 2-0. Richarlison with two brilliant goals, or one amazing goal, and then another good goal as well. Poacher's finish, but Brazil will probably be having at least a player in there. Neymar looks to be injured at the moment in time. If Neymar is confirmed to miss that game, we could bring in Richarlison as a pick, or even Vinicius Junior. What's your thoughts on how Brazil played today? Are you tempted by any of them for match day two? Richarlison, Vinicius, etc.
In terms of the attacking sense, I'm not too sure whether I want to include one like Richarlison and whatnot, even though Neymar is injured and I did have Neymar.
We
Um,
don't know yet, to be fair, if Neymar's going
yeah,
to be back. Let us know in the chat, guys. Is Neymar a serious injury? Because I saw his ankle was strapped up, or a picture. His ankle was rolled. Whether Neymar's fit, I'm not sure. But obviously, I hope he is fit for that match day too. But um,
yeah, I think he has 4 day rest until the next fixture for their next one. But yeah, I mean, for Brazil, I did have Addison in goal, which I do like. Brazil's defense, I can almost be confident that they keep any clean sheets in their games.
mm,
And for Switzerland, in terms of that, I think that's another clean sheet there potentially. So I might potentially stick with just maybe one defender or the goalkeeper for Brazil. Um, I wouldn't really look too much in the forward lines just because of other teams, and I do have other players on the mind to go for instead.
mhm. Okay, fair enough. I mean, I like Vinicius Junior personally. I think Vinicius Junior could be a good pick for those that want another Brazilian attacker if Neymar is confirmed to miss out. Moving on finally to the final game of matchday 2, and that will be on the 28th, and that is Uruguay Portugal. Uruguay drew today. They drew to Korea, and Portugal ended up winning 3-2 to Ghana. So then that's the final game, obviously, on match day 2. What are you saying for Uruguay? Are you going to be targeting any Uruguayan players? Ronaldo, Bruno as well for Portugal. Um, yeah, thoughts?
Uh, Not particularly anyone from Uruguay, as I didn't see much from them in that game. Obviously, no player really stood out. On the other hand, for Portugal, I did have Fernandez and Ronaldo in my team for the Ghanaian game, and I think I'm going to stick with double Portugal yet again, just because Uruguay haven't really
Mm.
shown much from their first fixture against a team which you would think Uruguay should have won that game at least, not or even scored one goal at least, but South Korea. But against Portugal, in the way they play today, just seems more convincing that they can easily get a few goals and win that second game against Uruguay. And in particular, I feel like Fernandez and Ronaldo again will be a part of that win.
Yeah, watching today's game and watching Uruguay, I think I'm not so keen on them as now. I mean, before the tournament, I was quite quietly confident on them having a decent run, but yeah, Uruguay, I don't know, they're strange. They weren't really going forward much. I think they lack in the attacks. You know, with Suarez now aging, you could go for Darwin Nunez, but you didn't really see much from Uruguay to make you think they're gonna score that many goals against Portugal. If I'm being honest, so I'll probably avoid Uruguay completely. And Portugal is another interesting one. Obviously, you've got Ronaldo, but he takes up a lot of budget up front, and maybe you want Messi, Neymar, Kane ahead of him, which is probably what I'm going to do. I'm probably going to go without Ronaldo. Um, I would prefer bringing in one of their midfielders potentially, like a Bruno, ahead of Ronaldo personally if I was going Portugal. But I don't think Uruguay are a team where you want to target for goals personally. I don't think Uruguay are going to concede many goals. I think they might lose. Portugal might win that game, but Uruguay aren't the sort of team that strike me as the team that you can score 3, 4 goals past. They usually keep it tight, rugged, and they just kind of fight to the final whistle. So I expect that Uruguay Portugal game to be low scoring as well, and maybe Portugal to nick it by the odd goal. But I do think it'll be a tight game. But so yeah, guys, those are our sort of predictions. The players you should be targeting for match day 2. Let us know what you guys are doing as well. Are you playing your wild card? You know, what players you're bringing in as well. But also got to say, if you are just joining the stream, please don't forget, guys, to drop a like on the video if you have enjoyed. Drop a like because it really helps our channel out. And if you haven't and you are new watching as well, please do subscribe to the channel as well. With a lot of content to come over the World Cup and also FPL when the World Cup is over. So like and subscribe, guys, as we always appreciate it. I'll read a few more comments out. Worth noting, Wales were horrible first half. Hard to assess USA when they got dominated second half against a proper striker. Yeah, that's fair to say. I mean, I'm not, I'm not so sure on USA as well. I think I do believe they'll score though against England. If I'm honest, I think they'll score against England, but I expect England to get the job done and win quite comfortably in the end.
Yep.
If anyone's got any more questions, as all guys, please do drop it below in the comments. And yeah, we're probably going to wrap it up. And yeah, anything else you'd like to add, Jordan? Anything we missed out on? Obviously, match day 2 is starting tomorrow. We got to sort our teams out.
Yeah, desperately. Well, if this counts as missing out on something, my rank has updated finally on the website. I am 65,000 ranked, so that has come to be updated for me.
Oh, okay. I think I'm going to play with 10 players. I think I've played with 10 players. My rank's updated as always, showing up as 203k, but Sarabia's on the pitch still, as you can see, which is annoying. Let us know, guys, why is Sarabia still on the pitch? Because surely Trippier, DePaul, or Sosa should come in for him. I mean, I didn't sub him out accidentally. I forgot to sub him out when he didn't play against Costa Rica. I don't know. I thought he'd auto sub it out, but
maybe if it's an unlocked player, maybe because the player's locked, it doesn't auto sub. I don't know the rules.
Maybe. This game is very strange sometimes.
Yeah. It's very cryptic.
Sell Bellingham and DePaul for Saka and Paredes. I like the Saka move for sure. Yeah, I think I'd have Saka on a wild card. He's looking good.
I'm kind of gutted. I didn't have Saka on my team when I took him out.
You had him originally, didn't you? And then you took him out last minute because you heard he wasn't going to start.
Well, I wasn't sure if he would have an impact in the England squad as well, but clearly not. He had I think the highest scoring midfielder.
Player.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, highest scoring midfielder for sure. 15 points. Oh, I don't know what happened there. But yeah, guys, we are probably going to wrap it up here. When are we next back for a stream? Probably be
tomorrow morning.
Oh yeah, deadline stream, aren't we? Yeah, we are going to be doing a stream at 9 a.m. I think tomorrow for a deadline stream. So do join that, guys, if you can. We're going to be literally just locking in our transfers and maybe doing my wild card live for you guys so you can see. So that will be at about 9 a.m. And yeah, just want to add thanks everyone for watching. This has been the live reaction stream for match day 1. Also, look ahead to match day 2. If you have enjoyed the content, please don't forget to smash a like and also hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss out on any Fantasy World Cup content. Are you enjoying the World Cup anyway, Jordan, so far? So far, so good?
Yeah, quite. It's quite enjoyable watching underdog teams do well.
Yeah, a lot of surprises.
Yeah, a lot of surprises and shocks, which I feel like we sort of need something different other than the cliche World Cups where you see like Argentina win, for example. It's nice to see like Saudi Arabia getting a win against a massive club like Argentina.
Yeah. Anyway, we are going to wrap it up here. Thank you all for watching and take care, guys, and see you tomorrow for the deadline stream. Peace out.
Yeah. Take care, guys. See you tomorrow.